This past weekend, the UFC announced UFC Freedom 250. Man, I can't not laugh about that. The UFC white card, the whole main card has been announced. All right. Taporia versus Gaethje in the main event. All right. Great main event. Co-main event banger as well. We're going to get into every single fight on this card. I'm going to give my reaction, my breakdown for the fight, what I think about this card overall, because there's a lot of people who are hating on this card because Dana is the one who said this is going to be the most badass card. We're going to have 7 title fights on this card. Trump said that shit as well. So obviously, when we only have 2 title fights and we've got Bo Nickel on the fucking main card, we're going to be disappointed. All right, so we're going to get into it though. Obviously, the main event's a banger. We knew this was going to be the main event. Taporia Gaethje, it was pretty much confirmed. Let's just be honest. We knew this was happening. We know Gaethje's getting slimed out on the Whitehouse lawn. We know it. Okay, we know it. It's on the Whitehouse lawn. It's going to be brutal. Terrible way for the Americans to go down with Gaethje in the main event against Taporia. It's brutal. But we're gonna just start with the first fight of the night here. If this will open, it will not open. Of course, it won't. Thank you, UFC. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia opens up the main card. For some reason, this opens up the main card, but not Bo Nickel versus Kyle fucking Dawkins. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, Dana. Why is Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia lower than Bo Nickel and Kyle fucking Dawkins? Makes zero sense. Off the rip, 0 cents. But this is a banger fight. I will be honest, I'm very excited for this fight. I saw this fight announcement, and I was at UFC 326. I saw the main card there, and there was a freaking metal bar or whatever it was where they hang the cameras from, and I couldn't see Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia, so I was like, oh, this card's freaking ass. And then, I mean, I still don't think it's the best card, but then I check my phone and I see Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia. I was like, holy banger. This is a guaranteed banger, and I think it's a guaranteed knockout. This is a good fight to have on the main card, and I'm not complaining about this fight, honestly. I have no complaints about this fight. Steve Garcia is an American. He's also a Kirky supporter. All right, we're not going to talk about Charlie Kirk, but Steve Garcia is a friend of the Charlie Kirk. All right, so he's the friend of the Whitehouse. He's the friend of Donald Trump. You know, he's probably golfing with Trump, just like Bo Nickel is. But Steve Garcia is an American. You know, he's like a Trumpy. All right, he's a Trumpy. He loves America, so it makes sense to have him on this card. And Diego Lopez is a guy who's always going to bring a freaking war. And I think Trump likes Diego Lopez as well, because there's been many fights where Diego Lopez has fought there, jumped over the cage, dabbed up Trump for whatever reason. So Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia, it makes sense. I like the fight. I think it's a guaranteed knockout. Round 1 or round 2, these guys are going to scrap, guaranteed. I think Diego Lopez is going to knock out Steve Garcia, though. I do. Steve Garcia is not knocking out Diego Lopez, and so Diego Lopez is going to knock out Steve Garcia. That's just what it is. Lopez is too much of a blockhead. This guy he doesn't get knocked out. Gene Silva couldn't do it. And that's all you got to know. All right, Steve Garcia is not knocking out Diego Lopez, so I think Diego Lopez is going to chin Steve Garcia, probably with uppercuts in the pocket when Steve closes the distance. It's going to be a great fight, though. I think it's a guaranteed finish, but I'm going to go Diego Lopez, obviously. I think this is a good fight on the card, and I'm not mad at this opening up the card if this wasn't the next fucking fight that I'm about to talk about. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins on the Freedom 250 card on the Whitehouse lawn. We have to have Bo Nickel on the Whitehouse lawn, guys. We have to have fucking Bo Nickel on the Whitehouse lawn. We have to have the great Dawkins brother, Kyle Dawkins, making his revival to the UFC on the Whitehouse card. It's meant to be. Are we serious, UFC? Are we fucking serious? This is the best we could do for the best card of the year, for the most insane card of all time on the Whitehouse lawn in Washington, D.C. This is the best we could do? I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I hate this fight. It's a shit fight, in my opinion. Even if this was on the prelims of a pay-per-view, I would be like, okay, yeah, okay, you know, it's whatever. They're giving Bo Nickel a layup, you know, it's whatever. I think Bo wins this fight. I do. I think Kyle Dawkins is tricky. I think he's got good submissions. His boxing has seemed a lot better, but I think Bo Nickel can just take him down. I think he can take him down. I think he can just strike with him at range. I think Bo's the better striker. He's developing his striking, and this is just a layup fight for Bo Nickel. It's just to make Bo Nickel look good at the White House in front of Trump and all these billionaires and true Trumpy Americans and all this shit. And that's why they've done this. That's literally why they've done this. So I think Bo Nickel's going to win. But genuinely, like I said, if this was on a pay-per-view, early prelim, I would be like, okay, you know, that it makes sense. But it's on the main card of UFC Freedom 250, the biggest card of all time, the greatest card, as Dana White's been prevailing it to be. Trump said there's going to be 7 title fights. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. So did freaking Dana White. We're going to have we're going to have 7 title fights on this card. It's going to be insane. And we've got Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins on the main card. And they can't be mad at us for being mad at them when you got Bo Nickel and fucking Kyle Dawkins on the best card of all time. All right? Get that shit out of here. It's a good fight, but it should be on the prelims of a pay-per-view. It should be on the prelims of a pay-per-view. I can't get that out of my head. If I saw this on the prelims, the early prelims of a pay-per-view, I'd be like, okay, that's an okay fight on the early prelims. But on the main card of the best card of all time, apparently, terrible, terrible. We move on, though. Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. Dude. Bro, what? What? Bro. Michael Chandler, man, get that shit out of here, bro. What are we doing, bro? Oh, Michael Chandler cannot get himself away from getting a beating. They couldn't get Conor McGregor, so they're like, all right, what's the closest thing to Conor McGregor? Mauricio Rufy, step in here, buddy. Let's chin Michael Chandler on the Whitehouse lawn. Brother, it is absolute wraps for Michael Chandler June 14th on the Whitehouse lawn. It is over. Call it a career, buddy. Do not bring your kids. Do not bring your kid and your wife to this fight. You are getting brutally slept on the Whitehouse lawn. Dude, they have set up so many Americans to get slept. Mauricio Rufy is going to absolutely slime out Michael Chandler on the Whitehouse lawn, guaranteed. Put my life on it, bro. I put my life last weekend on Charles Oliveira. He got it done. Put my life on Mauricio Rufy, sliming out Michael Chandler on the Whitehouse lawn via flying knee or via freaking stab, freaking nasty right hook, bro. He's sliming out Michael Chandler. This is a disgusting matchup for Michael Chandler. I mean, every matchup in the top 10 is a disgusting match for Michael Chandler. He shouldn't be fighting up. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why do we do this, man? I understand having Mauricio Rufy on the Whitehouse card. He's super fun, dangerous. He's going to be entertaining. And I know they want to have Michael Chandler there because he's an American. You know, he's their American guy, even though he's fucking shit and he shouldn't be ranked. They want to still have him there. But putting him against Mauricio Rufy is the worst thing you can do for his career. This is a career-ending fight right here. I can guarantee it. This is Mauricio Rufy sliming out Michael Chandler in 1 or 2. And it's a career-ending fight. This is a fight where Mauricio Rufy is going to beat Michael Chandler pillar to post until he has to retire. Genuinely. This is going to be his retirement fight. I think he's genuinely going to put the gloves down on the Whitehouse lawn. I think Michael Chandler is going to retire after this fight. And I think Mauricio Rufy is going to slime him out in 1 or 2. Brutal matchmaking for Michael Chandler. He shouldn't be fighting Mauricio Rufy. But obviously, Rufy's going to take this opportunity. It's going to be a massive paycheck. It's going to boost his stock like crazy. Half the world's going to be watching. This is a huge opportunity for Rufy, and he knows he wins this fight. Let's just be honest. Let's not pretend like Michael Chandler is going to grapple his way to a decision. People are going to be out here saying, people forget, man, Michael Chandler, you know, D1 wrestler back in the day. He could out wrestle Mauricio Rufy. Bro, there's absolutely zero fucking chance he out-wrestles Mauricio Rufy. BSD was able to do it. BSD would dominate Michael Chandler and finish him in 1 or 2. All right, there's absolutely zero chance Michael Chandler grapples for 15 minutes and beats Mauricio Rufy. I think Rufy's going to slime him out in 1 or 2. Guaranteed. It's guaranteed. All right, I'm picking Mauricio Rufy by knockout. A lot of these Americans are being set up like a lot of the Americans are being set up for failure, genuinely. It's kind of funny. I mean, Steve Garcia is going to get slimed out on the Whitehouse lawn. Michael Chandler is going to get slimed out on the Whitehouse lawn. I guess this is a win-win. I guess this is why they did this. This is a win-win. You either got Bo Nickel or Kyle Dawkins, both American. I guess it's a win-win. But we move on to Ayman Zahabi versus Sean O'Malley. I've seen a lot of people hating on this fight, and I do understand because it should be Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley. But I have a theory, all right? I have a theory why it's Ayman Zahabi. I don't think Sean O'Malley wants to fight Corey Sandhagen. I genuinely think he's worried about fighting Corey Sandhagen. We've seen it time and time where Sean O'Malley gets asked about Corey Sandhagen and he's like, yeah, whatever, you know. He doesn't want to fight Corey Sandhagen. People won't admit this. They're going to just shit on the UFC. Oh, why didn't the UFC make Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen? Why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? I don't think that's the case. Honestly, I don't want to defend the UFC because I think they could push harder for that fight. But I also think Sean O'Malley doesn't want to fight Corey Sandhagen. I think it's a bad match for Sean O'Malley. In the striking, it's very close striking. In the grappling, Corey Sandhagen can dominate Sean O'Malley in the grappling. Dominate. Like, easily dominate Sean O'Malley in the grappling. It's not even close. All right? Sean O'Malley is trying to snake and slither his way back to the title, and that's why he's fighting Ayman Zahabi. And people are hating, and they're all like, Ayman Zahabi, That's my boy Ayman, all right? I'm going to say it right now. That's my boy Ayman. You guys know I'm a Canadian casual. I want Ayman Zahabi to absolutely fucking slime out Sean O'Malley. I don't think that'll be the case, though. This is a tricky fight. It's a tricky fight because Amin is just primarily a boxer. I can see Sean O'Malley chewing his legs up, just throwing a lot of kicks in this fight. I think they'll be kick heavy because Amin's a hobby, really heavy boxing stance. He really is heavy on his lead foot. So I'm worried about the leg kicks. But in the boxing, I think Amin's always going to be able to defend a lot of the strikes. I think this will go the distance for sure. I think Amin could win, but I just don't think he will. Even if this is a close decision, I think it's going to go the way of Sean O'Malley. We're on the Whitehouse lawn. He's an American. It's kind of a bad match for Amin Zahabi. So I'm going to go Sean O'Malley, obviously. But I'm telling you guys right now, Sean O'Malley is dodging Corey Sandhagen. Corey's been calling out for this fight on his Instagram. He's been calling for it in interviews. Like, he's been talking about this fight. He wants this fight. Sean O'Malley doesn't talk about it. And people aren't talking about the fact that Sean O'Malley is dodging this fight. Clearly fucking dodging this fight. Everybody just blames the UFC. But I think Sean O'Malley is worried about fighting Corey Sandhagen. He's trying to find the easiest path back to the title shot. And this is it. Because he just beat Song Yadong, who shouldn't have been fighting him. And then he's going to fight Amin Zahabi and most likely beat Amin, who shouldn't be fighting him either, because he should be fighting Corey Sandhagen. All right? It doesn't make sense. I'm going to be rooting for Amin Zahabi. I hope Amin wins. That's my boy. You know I'm a Canadian. I'm going to be rooting for Amin. But I do think Sean O'Malley is going to win this fight by decision. Because they're in the US, there's a bias, man. And they're going to be on the Whitehouse lawn. I think Sean's going to look decent. And I think Amin's going to get his lead leg chewed up a lot and kind of just jabbed at distance. I think Sean O'Malley's too rangy for Amin. But it should be a good fight. It's just like it should be Sean versus Sandhagen. And I know for a fact, I seriously know for a fact that Sean O'Malley's dodging Sandhagen. He doesn't want that fight. It's a terrible matchup. Genuinely. So we'll move on, though, to the next fight. I got Sean O'Malley in this one. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Now, here's where we get to spicing it up, boys. This is a great fight. I want to say that off the rip. This is good matchmaking. Congratulations, UFC. You've done good. You've done good here. This is a great fight for the interim heavyweight title. Alex Pereira moving up to heavyweight, looking for the third belt for some legendary shit, for some super villain legendary stuff. This is Alex Pereira going for that third belt against Cyril Gane. And Cyril Gane somehow fluking another title shot here. It's just like, bro, how many are we going to give this guy? He's going to get rewarded for double eye poking Tom Aspinall and almost ending his career. Really? This is a good fight, though. Really good fight. And I think everybody's going to jump the gun and say Alex Pereira is going to slime out Cyril Gane easy. I don't think so. I think he will finish Cyril Gane at some point, but I don't think it's going to be a round one obliteration. I don't think it's going to be one-shot knockout immediately. I think we're going to get at least 3 to 4 rounds of this, honestly. I think Alex Pereira is going to heat up as the fight goes on. But that first round, I could see Cyril Gane poking with a jab, sticking, moving, jabbing up Alex Pereira like a lot. I think Cyril's going to be using that jab a lot and just trying to stay away from Alex's hooks because Alex doesn't, throw crazy rangy shots. He kind of closes the distance and throws those big shama, hooks. So I think Alex Pereira is going to win this fight. But I think early Cyril Gane's going to look pretty good. Then he's going to slow down. And then Alex Pereira's going to pick it up. And he's got lighter man skill. You guys know I believe in lighter man. He's got super lighter man skill. Going from middleweight to light heavyweight to light heavyweight to heavyweight. Come on. I think Alex Pereira is going to look good in this fight. It's going to be a close fight early, but I think Alex is going to pull away, and he's going to have kind of a Khalil Roundtree finish where he's just starting to beat on Cyril, and Cyril's just breaking down. He's ripping in the body on a really big guy who doesn't have good cardio, and I think Alex is going to beat him in the later rounds of this fight. So round 3, round 4 TKO is what I'm predicting. I'm going to go Alex Pereira to win this fight, but I'm happy with this fight. I think everybody is an MMA community and the UFC community are happy with this fight. This is good matchmaking from the UFC, and it's a good job because we all love Alex Pereira. And having Alex Pereira on the Whitehouse card with Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje is a very good thing, okay? And now we're going to move on to the main event, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I got to take off my glasses again. Bro, it's actually wraps, man. It's actually wraps. Justin Gaethje, don't bring your family to this. Don't bring your friends to this fight. You're getting slimed out on the Whitehouse lawn. Do not bring your family and friends, brother. Ilia Topuria is absolutely destroying Justin Gaethje. I don't even want to let any sort of idea that Justin Gaethje has a chance in this fight like circle in. You know what I mean? I don't see it. And it's not that I don't see it. It's just not fucking happening. I was at UFC 326 the other night, and I'm sitting there. They announced the fight, and I see Justin Gaethje at the T-Mobile Arena, and I start thinking to myself, yo, both Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway, the two guys in the main event for the BMF title, who both destroyed and finished Justin Gaethje, both got slimed out by Ilia Topuria within 3 rounds. Look, I don't do MMA math, but the math is mathing, okay? The math is fucking mathing. Justin Gaethje, you're done, bud. You're done. Pack your fucking bags. You got choked out by Charles Oliveira. You got knocked out by Max Holloway. And both of them got absolutely brutally knocked out by Ilia Topuria. I'm going Ilia Topuria via round 1 or round 2 knockout. The only way Justin Gaethje survives a little longer, I'm talking about surviving, well, like, it could go later rounds if Justin Gaethje utilizes movement a lot. But there's just no way that's happening. Let's just be honest. Big Rufus is, he's stomping in there. He is not circling, sticking, moving. That's not Justin Gaethje. It's just not. He's, big Rufus hooks is not happening, all right? Ilia Topuria is going to fucking slime out Justin Gaethje in a brutal, disgusting fashion on the White House lawn in front of Donald Trump, in front of Dana White, in front of Mark Zuckerberg and freaking Elon Musk and all these billionaires. It's going to be brutal. All right. It's a good fight. It's meant to happen. Obviously, Justin Gaethje's interim champ. Patty let this happen. He got whooped up pillar to post. Good win by Justin Gaethje, but brother, your time has come. It's over. There's no way out of this one. All right. Pack your bags, hang it up. And I think Justin Gaethje's going to retire on the White House card as well after getting absolutely brutally knocked out by Ilia Topuria. My predictions, I'm going Ilia, I'm going Alex, I'm going Sean, I'm going Mauricio, I'm going Bo, and I'm going Diego. Oh, I'm going the whole left side. I'm just going the whole left side. Also, I'm predicting 2 or more retirements on this card. I'm predicting Justin Gaethje retirement. I'm predicting Michael Chandler retirement. And we probably won't see Kyle Dawkins retirement. But I think Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje, high probability that they retire at the White House in the U.S., like biggest card of the year. Like I could see them both retiring here. So Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler retirement, I'm calling it. But those are all my predictions, my early reaction for UFC Freedom 52 or 250 Topuria versus Gaethje. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop it down in the comments what you guys think about this card. What do you guys rate this card out of 10? And I will catch you guys in the next video. See you.